Steve, can I ask you a Lady Vol question real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure
no, Steve's strictly against female sports, of course.
Well, Steve was there during I think you were there when Michelle Marciniak and Shamika Holskall won their first national title together. So I'm sure you've been following them with Kim Caldwell this year and what they've been doing. Can I ask you if when people are talking about when Kim Caldwell gets her recruits in and they start scoring at a higher clip with their threes, that they could be deadly, but I see them struggling scoring out of half court sets. Is this Lady Vols team, the way Kim Caldwell's building them, ever really equipped to handle what Dawn Staley does at South Carolina, where she just absolutely overwhelms you inside with her players?
No, we're not equipped yet. We're not equipped yet. And I think that becomes evident and rears its ugly head anytime we play a team with immense size. Like if you go back to Oklahoma, you go back to Texas, where they can score at will on the interior, where they can rebound at will, I think it makes it very difficult for the Lady Vols, especially if we're not knocking down threes. This team is built for speed. They're built to turn you over. They're built to shoot threes at a higher clip. And sometimes if they're not falling, and teams can easily break the press, or teams can have a one-on-one in the post with someone much taller, then that could be our Achilles heel. But I will say this. One of the things that I admire most about Coach Kim Caldwell was not something that she did on the floor. It was something that she did in front of a camera.
I hope he doesn't have a baby.
No, what man? I admire her because she's tough, man. She came back in a week.
I know, but I don't need video evidence. I've done that twice, and that's enough.
But yeah, we won't go there. But it was something that she said. She was posed a question along the lines of, hey, I know you're excited about this group of girls, but I know you're probably more excited about the group of girls that you've recruited that are coming in next year. And she said, wait a minute. These girls chose to be here. I chose to be their coach. And it's unfair for me to look forward to next year when these group of girls are giving me everything they got this year. I love this team. This is my team, good, bad, or indifferent. So that just resonated with me because these ladies have bought into what she's doing. There may be some shortcomings on this team, but man, they're going to give 110% each and every possession. And whatever we end up with, win or loss, these girls are going to give everything they had, and they're going to make this fan base proud, right? So, size, things of that nature, it's a challenge for us. But man, when we knock down threes, we can beat anybody. And even with the size, Caleb, look at the fact that every game that we've lost, Texas, Oklahoma at home, they've been close games. We've lost by a point or two, by 3 or whatever, because we fall down so far early in the game that we have to battle ourselves back, and it just comes up short. But man, I'm telling you, this team, I'm excited about this team, and certainly excited about the future as well.
Let me ask you this, and it's on our YouTube channel. You can vote right now. We would love for you to be a part of the channel. You win welcome aboard prize, and then you'll be eligible for drawings. All you have to do is be a member of our YouTube channel. Who will be considered the better coach in 10 years? Josh Heupel or Kim Caldwell?
Ooh. Wow.
It's hot heat. It's what I do.
Man, that is some high heat, man. I'm have to duck for cover on that one. Better coach in 10 years, Josh Heupel or Kim Caldwell? Thinking extemporaneously, just right off the cuff, I'm going to go with Josh Heupel.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I'm going to go with Josh Heupel. I think that if we continue down this road, if we continue to trend in the direction where it's the Wild Wild West. Tampering is just evident everywhere. And if we don't have some sort of, and I'm hesitant about using this term, but if we don't make our players accountable, if you will, collective bargaining, if we're not careful, you're going to see a separation of football, men's basketball, and then what's going to happen to your other non-revenue sports?
Well, Title IX theoretically is supposed to protect women's sports. I don't see that changing, but I never thought players would make $2 million a year to play football in college. So I guess that would be my best answer to that. Let me ask you before we let Steve out of here, Caleb, who will be considered the better coach 10 years from now?
So I think, Steve, that's a great point. And I don't think when they passed the Sherman Antitrust Act in the 1880s and then Title IX in the 1970s, I don't think they ever thought that those two would come into direct conflict with each other, which they are now.
Gymnast's great grandmother was living and just celebrating the fact that law passed back then.
Yeah. So I think I'm with Steve on Josh Heupel. Part of it is because what I know I've seen with Josh Heupel. I'm not saying Kim Caldwell can't do this, but you know this, when you get to a certain level, you can't always run exactly what you've been running your whole career. You got to adjust at SEC play. Josh Heupel, his ability to adjust last year and coach, basically run a run-oriented offense and play ball control, which he had never done before, really stood out. I'm sure Kim Caldwell, when she's faced with that situation, will prove she can do it too. She just hasn't been faced with that situation yet. So I can't make that bet yet.
It's fair. Also, Josh Heupel didn't have to have a baby during the season, which was probably helpful.
It's probably helpful. It's very helpful.
Steve, so what are some key matchups? What do you expect out of the game this weekend? And just kind of give us your thoughts moving forward. It's just, I feel like we're just waiting on Chaz Lanier to emerge, and I don't know when that happens.
Yeah. I expect Tennessee to go 2-0 this week. I expect us to win tomorrow night. I expect us to play better. And we this 3-game homestand for Tennessee, we haven't played great. We had an okay game Saturday, but Florida didn't play well. Our defense really stifled them. We all know what happened at Kentucky. And now you have Missouri. I think we're going to shoot the ball a lot better. I think having Zakai back running the point, if he's available to go, hopefully Igor is going to be available to go as well. I think we're going to play better. I do see it being a close game with Missouri, and then going out to Norman, Oklahoma. I think the first 5 minutes of that game is going to tell the tale. If we come out and we can set the tempo, if we can dictate the way that game is going to be played, I think we can walk out of there with a victory. If the other thing happens, could be trouble. But I expect us to have a 2-0 week this week.
All right, Steve, great stuff as always, buddy. We look forward to continuing to visit with you. It means a lot. I don't know if you can see the message board, but everybody's talking about the great insight that you've given, and we're blessed to have you a part of this team. And let's go to lunch sometime. How about that?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. The last time I went to Bruce Chris, man, I asked about was there a card for Dave Hooker that's been left here?
Yeah.
And
I have had a sushi roll named after me and a margarita. The Hooker roll and
oh God.
Yes, I know. Dave Hooker's Big Orange Off the Hook Margarita, a name so long that you might get withdrawals from not having your alcohol quick enough, but you can get that. The sushi restaurant with the hooker roll is no longer with us. So
and few people know that the Hook and Ladder is actually named after Dave Hooker.
A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, didn't know that.
I will tell you something funny now that I can say this about that sushi restaurant. So Tennessee football players in particular, could go there and eat for free, and you weren't allowed to do that back then. And I remember the lady saying to me, he ate over $250 in sushi. I was like, man, I'm surprised he had that sort of money. She goes, oh, I comped it. I was like, don't tell me that. I'm still a reporter. I mean, the client relation is important, but I'm still a reporter. Steve, have a blessed day. I do mean it. I'd like to get together with lunch sometime.
Let's do it, guys. Thank you guys so very much. Honored to join you guys.